The Yangtze River, which flows through northern China, not only provided the inspiration for the song Yangtze with a Laughing Face, but gives us the setting for our story. Centuries and centuries ago, the Yangtze was nothing more than a small pond that sat beside a palace belonging to a wealthy Chinese emperor.
Well, Honorable Cook, what have we for breakfast today?
Well, I can fix a scrambled egg roll. You like it?
No, I've a hot yen for almond duck.
That's all he ever ate. Almond duck, morning, noon, and night. And that's why the pond was always well stocked with almond-eyed ducklings.
You hear the big news, Foucault? Emperor gonna have almond duck this morning.
Oh, hot dog. I hope the cook picks me.
These almond ducklings live for one thing and one thing only, to have the honor of being fed to their beloved emperor.
Yeah, we're sort of like a duck kamikaze squadron.
Yeah. All right, hands them up, you birds. Here comes the cook.
The cook came to the edge of the pond and surveyed the ducks with a keen eye. That's when the ducks went into their act.
Look up by my ducky, what a ducky melody.
If you know ducky like I know ducky.
All the time, same old corny imitations.
So he simply selected what he thought was a good-looking duck.
How furry.
Maybe we'll get lucky at lunchtime.
Yes, they all stood a chance of making good at the next meal, all but one. He was the ugliest almond duckling China ever spawned.
Boy, if this keeps up, I'm going to live to be 104.
And another duck got the honors.
Boy, I'm getting desperate. I got to use the old Chinese noodle.
Dinner time rolled around. The cook reappeared, and this time, the ugly almond duckling floated into view wearing a banner proclaiming that he was Miss America of 1922.
Say, if that duck is good enough to win Miss America title, he's good enough to be served to Emperor.
Well, it seemed as though the ruse would work. The ugly one was placed on a tray and set on the emperor's table. But wouldn't you know, that day the emperor was entertaining a guest.
Something is rotten here besides the Liederkranz. Guest of Emperor also wearing banner saying she is Miss America of 1922.
Now, you won't believe this, baby, but it was a tie that year.
That night, shortly before midnight, the ducks held a council.
The ugly duck is giving the pond a very bad reputation. If this keeps up, the emperor might develop a taste for chickens.
So he took up a collection and paddled over to the object of their discourse.
Here's a sack containing 3,000 yen.
Roughly how much is that in American moolah?
Well, roughly speaking, I would say like $1.50.
Oh, boy. What do I do with all this loot?
Why don't you get talented so the cook will take you out of the pond?
Dawn found our hero flying into the nearby city of Taiping, where he enrolled at the Rock and Egg Roll Conservatory of Music.
Sure, I can teach you how to play music, but you're going to be the ugliest duck ever to graduate from here.
He studied night and day, and a few other Cole songs, too, in the hopes that musical talents would counterbalance his ugliness. Finally, after 1 year of diligent practice on every instrument known to man, he headed back to the pond.
Hands him up, you guys. Here comes the cook to get the emperor's breakfast.
The cook was amazed, for instead of the usual varied array of imitations, the ducks merely lined up and gave the floor to...
Holy mackerel.
Never had he witnessed such musical virtuosity. And at the conclusion, not only the ducks, but the birds and the fishes broke into a rousing ovation. The cook had no alternative but to pluck the exhausted duck from the water.
Now I get the orange sauce treatment, huh?
Oh, no. I'm going to mail you to Phil Spitalny. He can use a duck like you.
Failure again. In a sense, that is. The duck put in 2 years playing for Mr. Spitalny and then decided to form his own band. He did very well and even received an offer to play the palace. But the only palace that he really wanted to make good in was the emperor's back home.
Hello, MCA. Cancel my road tour. Notify the trades. I'm giving up showbiz.
Back to the pond he flew, and what he viewed upon arrival startled him.
Oh, for the cry eye. The pond is still stocked with ducks who are prettier than me. Oh, I'm going to remain from here to eternity.
Suddenly, a Chinese frog leaped onto a lily pad.
What you got tears in your almond eyes for?
I'm as ugly as 4 days of bad weather, that's why.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are ugly. I was ugly once myself.
I can't believe it. How come you're not ugly now?
Well, I believe that's why.
I believe you believe, but what do you believe?
I believe that I'm good looking.
Well, this was something he hadn't tried. So for 24 hours, he believed he was no longer ugly. And you know something? It worked. By morning, he was the best-looking duck in the pond.
Oh, you got it made, kid. Oh, you're sure to get picked from the pond.
He was, but not by the cook. The cook selected someone else. Ah, but don't feel too sorry for the poor little duck. You see, his name was Donald, and he was taken by a man named Walt... Well, never mind.
That's right, and now I go...
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.